What is up, guys? I am WigsUp, and we are here with Spiral Knights, and I am going to create this little tutorial on how to make money in this game. Um, the reason I'm doing this is because I've seen quite a few tutorials. I just kind of watch them for lulz, basically, because I already know how to make money. But I watched a few tutorials, and people were like, do this, do that, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, that's not how you make money in this game. There's one particular instance where a guy was like putting these cheap accessories on these cheap pieces of armors and trying to sell it, and I'm like, no, like what are you doing? Like, accessories are worth more money by themselves, and armor is worth more money by itself than if you just combine it. Uh, but anyways, so we are here with Spiral Knights, and here I have I believe no, two or three tips on basically great ways to make a significant amount of money instead of all this like petty little stuff. And my first tip would be um, involving the auction house. Which is very important in making money in Spiral Knights, and the way that you can make money in involving the auction house is basically to have a knowledge base for what things are worth. Mostly accessories. Accessories are extremely important in this game for a lot of the higher end players because they'll pay a lot of money for them. Um, Other things that are kind of important to know would be costumes, as well as all the UV'd armored and weapons and shields as well. So having a good knowledge base of what those things are worth is very important. Ways that you can get knowledge base would be to just watch the auction house and then kind of see like what things go for. That way you kind of know what things are worth. That's just so cheap. I'm gonna bid on it. Um, or you can like there's a lot of merchants out there who will gladly tell you the value of some items as well, so you can have a friend help you with that too. But in order to make money off the auction house with this knowledge base would be my first tip would be to switch the time to end time and to be under all categories. That way you see stuff that is put on the back of the auction house like on very long time, and the stuff that is just put on. That way, like, very few people have seen it. So a lot of times there'll be players that don't really know what things are worth, and they'll put things that are worth quite a bit of money up there for extremely cheap. And it's a very great way to snag some stuff off the auction house, and then you can just resell it for more. Some instances of which I've done this, I have right here. This would just be the past like 2 days or something like that. Here's some white candles that I bought out for 40k, even though I wasn't quite sure what they were worth. I bought them out anyways and took that chance, and it ended up working out, I guess. Also military glasses for 18k, which is pretty cheap. And then here you can see that I sold the white candles for 66k. I'm still thinking that that might have been underpriced. I probably should have put a higher buyout than that. But it's whatever. I still made profit off it. And then military glasses just as well. And when selling these things that you buy for cheap, for under market value, a great tip that I have that I don't know if a lot of people do or not would be to put a buyout on it. Because I know a lot of people say don't put buyouts on things because um, then like if it's worth more or people are willing to pay more, then they'll just buy it out and you won't get as much money as you should have. But as long as you know like the base value of the item and you put the buyout a little bit more than that, people will be willing to pay that extra money to have it now. You see this in modern day stuff all the time, especially in like shipping packages and whatnot, that people will actually pay more money to have their packages shipped like immediately because they want stuff now, and that's just kind of the society we live in today. Um, so yeah, my tips would be to go to the back of the auction house and search for items that are just put up that are cheap and under market value, and then you can resell them by putting a buyout price that is high, just slightly higher than the market value. That way, like you'll get a little bit of extra money and bang for your buck there. My second tip would be to use this handy dandy search bar here. Chroma Web. I kind of want to bid on it. I got too much money to spend. I shouldn't. I kind of want to. Alright, I'll do it. Just for you guys. so I better take this one. Okay, so my second tip here would be to search for the item. Ooh, I got outbid right away. Would be to search for the items that like get a lot of market value, and that a lot of people are really like wanting, especially the rich people, because they're the ones with with all the money. So prismatic is always a go-to one that you want to search. Volcanic is pretty good as well. Um, and for this, I usually switch to buyout price because most of the time, if it's on bid, then everyone's gonna see it, and the bid will get knocked up to where market value is about at. Also divine, you can search. I'm not seeing a whole lot on there right now. This is kind of during school hours, so there's probably not a whole lot of people on. Um, Party hats, just because the promo just happened. So a lot of people are selling this stuff kind of for cheap. I've been buying them at about 5K each, just to kind of stock up on them. And we'll get back to that later, why it's good to stock up on accessories. But some other stuff you could pick, sniped. In case there's any sniped stranger hats, I got one for 150K like 2 weeks ago, and it's probably worth about 350K. So that was a pretty good pickup. You can also search stuff as scarves, crowns, which there's actually a crown up there now. That's way above market value though. That will probably not get any bids. Auras are always really good. If you can get a cheap aura, not auras. If you could get a really cheap aura, that's good. Crown, aura, just about anything you can think of really that is worth a decent amount of money. You can search up those and see if there's anything that's really undervalued, and then basically you're just trying to flip it for more money. So now my third and most important tip for making money in SK would be to be on during promos and then researching the auction house, of course, with these really cheap items that are way undervalued, because a lot of new players buy boxes and use their real money for CE and stuff like that, and get these boxes, and they open these items and then they just sell them on the auction house without really knowing the value. So you can get some really, really cheap stuff there during the promo. So that's a really good time to be on. And then also, like, during the promos, like, stuff in general is just cheap because there's a lot of it, and a lot of people are buying boxes and opening boxes and whatnot. So a lot of stuff will be cheap. So that's when you want to buy all these accessories and stock up on them. And then months later, you want to hold them for a couple months. Months later, they'll raise in a ton of value, just an unbelievable amount of value from when you got it at the promo, because there's so few of them left that are unbound to other armors. So I'm going to show you a couple examples of that here. This Arcane Halo during the Nemesis Nemesis promo, I actually got for about 100K CR, and now I'm pretty sure it's worth about 1.5 mil. Not exactly sure on that pricing, but I know that was definitely a great pickup. Also, we've got some hunter stuff here. These hunter wings, I'm pretty sure I got for around 250 to 300K during the promo. And just last week or 2 weeks ago, I actually sold a pair for 13K CE, which is about 1 mil. So I gained about 800K or so on that. Another really big item, and that's a huge key, is to buy like the big like items that everyone wants. And once everyone, like, attaches all their accessories, there's so few of them left that people will just pay ridiculous amounts of money for them, such as these prismatic Valkyrie wings. There are very few of them left, and left unbound. So these I actually got during the promo for about 200K, I believe, and now I'm pretty sure they are worth 35K to 45K CE. And when I say I got them for 200K, I meant 200K crowns. So let me think, 35 CE. I think between 35 and 45K CE is about 3 mil. It's roughly around 3 mil, so that was about a 2.8 mil profit if I were to sell them, which which I won't. So don't ask me to sell it, because I will not. So it's really important to stock up on accessories and then sell for later for a much higher price. Like these Shadow Party hats, I have a few of them. I have a couple Priz Party hats. I even got like a ton of the normal party hats as well. And here's some Sprinkle Auras. But yeah, Surge stuff I still have left. That has definitely jumped in price significantly. And then, that's basically the gist of making money on SK is being patient, having money to spend on accessories, and then saving those accessories for later when they greatly boost in price. So that's the number one tip for sure to make money on SK. And one little side note about making money is that with your mist, especially if you have alternates with separate mist, you want to rage craft like two-star items in hopes of variants in which you can obviously sell as well. So that is basically my tutorial here. I went on a little bit longer than I expected, and this is like my third take because the first time I took a I had shift to talk, like shift to record my voice on, and I did I did the entire thing. It literally took like 15 minutes, and I went back to look for the video, and it had no audio because I wasn't holding shift. So this is my third attempt. It's pretty good. I'm still new to like talking and stuff. I actually just bought some headphones, so I might do some more of this. I'm not really sure, but I hope you guys liked the video, and I hope you guys will listen to some of these tips and gain a fair amount of money in SK. So I hope to see you guys around. Send me either a message on YouTube or a message in game if you saw this video and liked it. I'd greatly appreciate that feedback. So have a good day, everyone, and I'll see you next time.